Hi there, traders. This is Brad Gilbert with the week ahead. All right, now you want to sort of lock yourself in here. This is a hell of a week. We've got four central bank interest rate decisions. We've got a load of key numbers coming out, and then we've got the US numbers on the sidelines. I think it's going to be a great week for the crosses, right? So let's just have a quick look through the calendar. Monday and Tuesday, actually, I'd say that the euro will benefit from the 𝐖𝐈𝐓 business numbers and the GfK consumer confidence numbers. They are two sort of well-respected numbers there. Of course, durable goods, I don't think that's coming out, so we'll have to sort of just sit on the sidelines there. We get into Wednesday, and this is where everything really starts to unfold, right? We got the quarterly inflation numbers out of Australia, already weaker employment numbers. This will really tell us exactly if the central bank needs to cut rates immediately, right? It's going to be a very big number. We come into the back end of Wednesday, right? This is where things do get busy with the central banks. If I just can scroll up there for a second. Okay, we've got the Bank of Canada, right? That's followed up with the Fed, right? And then we come into looking at Thursday's trading. We've got the Bank of Japan interest rate decision, and then later on Thursday we've got the ECB interest rate decision there as well. Okay, so plenty going on. And this is like the ideal time to be looking at our premium data, right? The interest rate tracker. What is factored in for the central banks? Okay, at the moment, a cut is factored in, 98% factored in for the Fed, right? Means if they don't cut, the dollar's going to go screaming higher. ECB on hold. Okay, you've got the Bank of Japan on hold. But that's a line ball decision that the markets are going to shoot up or down regardless of what happens there. Okay. So we've got lots of gorgeous things happening. The 0.25% cut, 93% factored in for the Bank of Canada. So we know what the markets are going to do, right? We just need to know how the markets are set up at the time of the releases, right? This is going to be very important to us. You can come down through the macro snapshot. Okay, get into the macros, right? If we're looking at inflation numbers and these sorts of things, you can gauge it with the seasonal and the trends, seasonal data, and the trends of the data there as well, right? So the calendar this is the busiest calendar I've seen in a long time, right? The US numbers are backing up. That is an issue. And like not only do we have the central bank interest rate decisions already coming at us, right? We've got the ECB. Then the next day on Friday, we've got the ECB or Eurozone inflation numbers. This is the number that we need to know for the next interest rate hike. So we could have great trading conditions here across the board. Euro looks like it's going to be in play big time. Okay. The Fed, the dollar, well, it's a little bit erratic at the moment, but we'll piece it together on a day-by-day basis and work out where the action is. The Bank of Canada, okay, 0.25%, almost 100% factored in. That means the comments are going to be very key. So CAD crosses, Euro crosses, Yen crosses, right? The Bank of Japan, I think they're going to stay on hold, but we'll see how that plays out. So earlier in the week, you know what? Take your time. Go to your charts, whether it's the major pairs or the crosses, and start drawing your trend lines so you can isolate the best trading levels where momentum and direction could really take off. They're our key entry levels. Okay, so there's lots to sort of digest. Have a look through your news, see what the general vibe is. Okay, now as I was saying, the Nikkei is sort of jumping up at the moment, just on the sort of euphoria of all the stimulus. Right, stimulus means lower interest rates. Right, so and the equity markets rally. And this is the conundrum. How can the Bank of Japan raise rates if they're rolling out a huge stimulus package? It doesn't make sense, right? So I'm going with a no change, no hike for the Bank of Japan, and we'll see how that plays out. US yields just a fraction higher, right? A little bit of a stronger dollar, but you know what we have at the moment? Don't worry about the bonds. We've got the equity futures. This is being driven, the euphoria driven from the Nikkei. Equity futures up, Euro, Sterling, Aussie, Kiwi up, right? That's a risk on profile. And you can see that very clearly on the schedule there, right? Now, those members that do have access, don't forget, go through and have a look through the interest rate tracker, the economic calendar, and there's a few other things there as well that we'll go through over the course of the next couple of days as we sort of really nut out the best trading opportunities, right? It's not a situation where you just run straight in. Let's take a close look at what the central banks are doing, what they say, and where the trading opportunities lie from there. But as I said, this is a huge week. If you can, try and sort of get yourself in front of the screens around these key events, right? You don't have to trade them, but trading them soon after when we have the answers, that's the key to staying out of trouble. All right, guys, have a good week. All the best. Cheerio.